In this video, I'm going to start building my biggest Lego MOC ever. It's going to be a large castle on a mountaintop. This is just the first episode in the series, so subscribe if you don't want to miss the whole thing. Let's get started. Alright, so here's my plan for this MOC. So as you can see up front, we're going to have a gatehouse that will be gray. I just didn't have any one of these round bricks laying around right now, so I'm using white, but it will be gray. And then we'll have a wall, and then we'll have like the main keep, if you want to call it that, or the main building. I'm thinking I'll have like the big hall inside, and I don't know what else. I'm gonna need to do more than that. For now, it's just a big gray box, but I'm definitely gonna want to have lots of detail. This is gonna be where most of the effort of this MOC is going into making this building right here really nice. There will be this little tower here on the wall, and then if we flip around to the other side, I'm thinking this here is gonna be like the barracks, and maybe we'll throw an armory in there too. I don't know how big it'll be. And then we'll have the big tower. This will have like the rooms where like the Lord lives or something like that. It's probably some bedrooms and whatever other rooms I decide will be in there. And then I'm thinking this building here will be like some sort of chapel or something like that, just to add a bit more like world building to the MOC, a bit more story. And then obviously it'll be kind of be on sort of like a mountaintop sort of or hilltop with some fall trees around here. So these are supposed to be trees that the colors have changed. And these are supposed to represent pine trees. And then finally over here we have the waterfall, which will be an interesting challenge. Obviously, I'm gonna have to have the river coming right here or something and have like a flat wall there. It's just hard to build that micro scale, but so yeah, waterfall here. I've only ever built a waterfall like twice before that I can think of, at least recently. So figuring out that will be an interesting challenge. I have some ideas on how I want to make it work, but I'm probably still gonna end up building it like 3 times or something to get it to work. But I think it's a fun, neat detail that'll make it a bit more interesting, so I want to try it. Alright, so here's the start to the MOC. I think it's turning out pretty good. So as you can see, I started building the gatehouse using the instructions that I put on a brick bowl a while ago, and then built the beginning of the landscaping out front. So first thing, let's talk about this gatehouse. I actually really like the way this design looks. Like, look at that transition there. There is no gap whatsoever. It's a nice octagon shape, and I really like the way that looks. But obviously I have run out of cheese slopes. Actually, you can't see the cheese slopes I ran out of are on the back, and these knot pieces here I ran out of, and some other pieces, as you can see. So I'm gonna need to buy a whole bunch more, and apparently add some more supports to my rockwork because it's broken. But anyway, so yeah, I do really like this look. There's a tiny gap right here, but the wall will be right there, so it won't really matter. There's this front gate. I don't love the gap right there. I might try and redesign it to fix that, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I did try and fill that gap when I made the original MOC, so for now I think it's all right. And then obviously the doors can open very nicely. And then up top here we've got a walkway. This rockwork I think turned out pretty nice. As you can see, I tried to incorporate an angle. The idea here is this is supposed to be a path. You can see how it's kind of been worn into the rocks was the idea here, with having it be a bit lower than the parts on the other side. Hopefully you can see that. I think it's a pretty good start. It's not my best rockwork ever, but I do like it, and once I've got more trees and plants on there, it'll look a lot better. I just threw these on to make it a little bit more interesting right now, but most of all the final foliage and stuff will be added in pretty much when this MOC is finished, so that I can spread it out and make sure I have enough for everything. I have instructions for the gatehouse you saw on my Reversible page. I'll link it in the description. For this MOC, I'd like to do something similar to what 1x1 Brick and Coconut Brick Studios have been doing, and have a story to tell alongside my MOC. If you haven't seen either of their channels, they've been writing backstories for their MOCs and telling a little bit of it with each update. I think it's a cool idea and want to try it with this MOC, but it will take some extra effort to do that, so I'd like to hear your thoughts before I go all in. Please comment if you're interested. Alright, so I just got a new Lego haul to help with this build. So I got this bucket of parts from Bricks and Minifigs. They're doing their pumpkin bucket sale again. So if you didn't, I've mentioned this in other videos. Basically, you pay 30 bucks for it, and then each time you bring it back, it's only $12.50. So you save a lot of money doing it, especially since I'm going to be buying a lot of parts for this MOC. So this is full, and these were also in it. And this, I just didn't want to recram it after taking them all out to count and sort them. But all of this I got for $30. It's like 600 pieces or so. So we got some cool stuff. I found a whole bunch of these like garage door pieces that are really fun to just mess around with. I don't know what I'll do with them, but they're really cool, and I'll make some cool Star Wars window with them. This has a bunch of pieces I'll need for this gatehouse, like these. Got a ton of cheese slopes in there on the bottom or something, a bunch of sand blue. I found like 5 of these, so these will be interesting for roofs. And I don't know what on earth this is, but thought I'd get it since I don't have one. They also had like a pretty much mostly complete Millennium Falcon just sitting in their parts bins, so I swiped this hyperdrive because the Lego Millennium Falcon set only has one hyperdrive when I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have 2. So I swiped this so like my Millennium Falcon can have 2.
But won't they notice their hyperdrive is missing?
Come on, Chewie, hit the hyperdrive.
Nah, they'll be fine.
Anyway, and then we've got this one, which is mostly all the way full of dark tan pieces and radiant nougat pieces for those rocks. Hopefully with all of this in combination with all the parts I already have, I can finish the front part of this MOC in a couple months of work. Hopefully I have enough pieces for this whole thing so I can like start working on the waterfall and be able to build most of this front of the castle without having to wait to buy more pieces. And they just recently opened a new Lego store, literally just like a couple minutes drive from my nearest Bricks and Minifigs, which is super awesome. So of course I swung by it there as well to get some parts, and as you can see, first thing I got, well, I guess the last thing since it's on top, was a ton of these olive green leaves, because they are great for fall colors. And as you can see, I got quite a lot of them. As you can see, I did get some other parts. I thought I'd get some of these since I don't have any in this color. Oh, I found a few of these coral leaves, which I wanted to try using for fall colors. So that'll be nice to have a few before I buy more on the internet to see if I like them. And finally, lots of stacks of 1x2 in medium nougat, because this is a great piece and a great color. So I got quite a lot of them. That is a very good piece to have in high quantities. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I found here. Unfortunately, I really had hoped I would find dark green ferns so I can build a bunch of pine trees. Yeah, I'll probably have to pay them online, which is too bad because they're like 17 cents a piece on average, and that can add up quite a lot when you need hundreds of them. And now on to more rock work. I want to try and put some extra effort into the mountain to make it look more natural. As you can see, I'm incorporating some different angles, and right here I'm making a medium nougat layer in the rocks. I'll try to mix in different colors in specific places to make it look like sedimentary layers. And then I built the castle wall. Fortunately, I have a lot of light gray pieces from when I built Mandalore. This castle lies on the edge of the mountains as the kingdom's first defense against the raider factions beyond. It was built to defend the large canyon leading into their country. So far, there has been peace since it was built, but the guards must remain ever watchful, for the wilderness it defends has more dangers than one. I'm going to have a lot of fun making this series, and I hope you enjoy watching it. Drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and have a great day.